Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome to the Ask the Bookkeeper, and Bookkeeper for one day only, because we're celebrating you wonderful bookkeepers out there. We're part of the Ask the Accountant Network, and this is a Pitstop Podcast. We're here with our guest, and we're going to be talking about what is going on in the world of bookkeeping and everything else that goes with it. So, first of all, who are you? Why are you here?
My name is Laura Macarthy. I am here because I'm an ICB member, and I come here every year to catch up on all the latest bookkeeping news, as well as checking out any new software providers that are in the market.
Love that, love that. And were you here for last year's?
I was, yes.
Okay, so this is really relevant because this event here seems like, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but it seems like it's upped its game.
Yes.
We were in a basement last year.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with being in a basement.
Quite
but now
dark.
we're up here in the clouds.
Yeah.
How's it feel? Tell me your first impressions of this event.
I would totally agree with you. I think particularly this arena, is much more invigorating and motivating than what we had last year. I didn't actually think last year was bad. It's only when I walked into this and I went,
you don't know
wow.
you don't know any different, right?
No, absolutely that. It's only when I walked in and went, wow, right? Look at the windows, and then look at what's around you to look at. You know, the walk up over Westminster Bridge, you're at Westminster Abbey, you've got the Houses of Parliament. So absolutely. And the conference rooms feel a little bit more contained and more inviting. So
there's two of them, right?
Yeah, there is two. There's two streams going on, which is awesome. Because, where someone, at the moment there's the MLR with Gary, and then there's a payroll one. So, if you're not in practice yet, but you do payroll, you've got that option to come out and go to payroll as opposed to listen to the MLR.
Yeah.
Whereas last year it was one stream. Now, I don't mind that because I'm going to sit there and use it as an opportunity to let the brain relax and listen and just...
And I get to sit down.
Yeah, I get to sit down, right? Yeah. Whereas now there's a choice. So I think that's powerful, really, really powerful.
Yeah, definitely. And selfishly for us, it looks like, I feel like we're on a news set here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like we've got London behind us, right?
I know, right? It's amazing.
Any important news you want to put out to the world? All right, so that's your first impression of the event. But what are you most looking forward to about this? I mean, it's a double whammy, this one, right? We've got ICB, so I want to know your opinions on that. Yeah. Are you coming to Lucas as well?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we'll be at the Lucas.
So what are you looking forward to both events?
For me, if I'm absolutely honest, it's the networking with my bookkeeping colleagues that I absolutely relish. Yeah. And that starts...
with your branch, I assume.
Yeah, we've got a really active branch, thanks to Claire Kendall and Laura Murphy. It's the Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire branch. I've only been part of that branch for a couple of years, and before that I was down in Hampshire. There was nothing.
Oh, wow.
And I felt really quite isolated and as if you were one practice on your own. But since I've come up to Nottinghamshire and been part of this branch, it's been incredible.
Nice.
So
that's a success story we like. Yeah.
They're so instrumental in making you feel like part of a network and supported. We've got a WhatsApp group, and if you get on there too late in the morning, you've already got 60 messages to read. You're like, oh my goodness. And
what's cracking up?
You're like, oh my goodness.
You need an AI summary of the...
You absolutely do, yeah. I kind of skip past the ones that are about the football games of the weekend, because there's normally about 180 messages then if you're not on checking those out. But our fun started yesterday. It was a group of us met up and came up on the train, got the same train, and then we stay in the same place. We have dinner last night.
Where did you have dinner?
A small group of us staying over on the South Bank in the Premier in Westminster and the County Hall. Yeah. So there's an Italian restaurant there called Local, which we went to last year, and it was really nice.
Italians seem to do well, because we were at Italian. There was another group in the Italian, so bookkeepers love Italians, right?
I know, right? It used to be the popular meal of choice, doesn't it? That or a kebab on the way home. So yeah, it's definitely the networking.
Yeah.
For me, as well as a practice owner, your brain's often in different camps. You've got your director head on, you've got your staff management head on, and you've got your down on your calculator head on. And sometimes you're being pulled in so many directions, you don't have time to breathe, right?
Yeah,
that's just the nature of the role.
100%.
And that's a lovely job to have. But when you come to an event like this, you get to sit in an auditorium, you get to listen to one stream of input, and you get to relax the brain and consider and think. And it's amazing what comes off those thoughts. And that is something I really, really relish, and something I don't give myself the chance to do in practice.
Yeah.
It's often just, right, what's next? Whereas here you can sit and think and listen.
Love that.
I also love the fever pitch.
Yeah.
Because there were some new providers up there today.
Yeah.
Names that I was like, oh, I don't know who they are.
What a perfect way to introduce them, right?
Yeah, so like Stream Connect, I'd not heard of those before, so I went to speak to them. There was there's a new payroll provider. I was like, no, not heard of those before. And there's, I can't remember, there's one Catchy or something.
We spoke to him on the grid walk. Yeah,
I was like, I've not heard of them before. So you do get an opportunity to pick up on new tech, which I love. Yeah. Because you wouldn't necessarily again do that. You don't go into the office as a director and sit and go, right, today I'm going to spend an hour checking out new tech. You're just like, right, what's the first job of the day? Yeah. That's it.
I love that. Oh, and Lucas.
Yes, Lucas, we've been shortlisted.
Amazing.
I know.
So cool.
So medium practice of the year.
Wow, well done.
But I don't really, it makes no odds to me whether I win or not, because we are standing amongst giants right up there.
But it's just been nominated, right?
Yeah.
We're the same. As the Accountant Bookkeeper, we are nominated. It's like, wow,
that's enough,
done.
right?
Yeah.
So there's a table of us again, Lincolnshire and Nottinghamshire branch. So again, you don't
you've got
feel
a whole
like you're on
nice.
your own.
Love that. Yeah.
So that'll be a really good laugh. Yeah,
amazing. Okay, so an event like this.
Yeah.
Especially people who might be listening in who've never been to an event before. I think there's a lot of, it can be quite intimidating.
Yeah.
What's your top tips for getting the most out of an event like this? Is it taking notes? Is it coming with people? Like, talk me through it. How do you make sure that you spend this time wisely?
So I don't do too much planning beforehand. So when the program comes out, I don't sit there and minutely manage it. I let it kind of breathe.
Yeah.
And then about a couple of days before, I'll do a bit of program planning. Now, I completely missed about the app. So my friends last night were like, download the app.
Well, how dare you not download it? You did download the app.
Like, what happened there? So I downloaded that, and that was great for getting a feel of all the different, with the two streams going on. So I did a bit of planning around that last night, and then a bit more this morning.
Yeah.
I think that a really important part of enjoying ICB is having a buddy of some sort.
Great tip.
Someone that that you can meet here, or a gang like through your branch. And I know the ICB do a buddy system now, so if you really truly are coming on your own, you can contact them and they can arrange for you to meet someone and not be on your own.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And the ICB drinks last night, I walked in and there was a couple of people stood on their own. I thought, if that was me, I'd want someone to come over. So I went home and spoke to them. They were probably stood there going, weirdo, leave me alone. But it's about a community. It's a community event celebrating
100%. With
bookkeepers.
ICB, the C in ICB should be community, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And business is hard, right? So it's harder when you're on your own. And the great thing about ICB is the fact that you don't have to feel on your own. And, I know there's lots of concern and worry about the regulatory role of the ICB in the future, what with the FCA coming on board. But actually, I don't think ICB is just about your AML supervision.
Yeah, 100%.
It's about the community they build, and it's about the monitoring and these events.
Training,
and the development and the support. So I do really think, if you're thinking of coming to this, just book. Just book it. I tend to book way in advance because then I can stage the payments out. I'll buy the ticket, then a couple of months later I book the hotel, so it's not all one financial
great
hit.
idea.
And then do your planning, but make sure you've got a buddy.
Love that. And I think as well with the ICB, it's not just for this event. Any event is
absolutely
like your Fabs, your Accountex, like you guys, like as an ICB community, look after one another, right?
Yeah, we absolutely do. And we did the same for Accountex in Manchester. I didn't go to London this year. And I was lucky enough to be doing a panel interview that day. And when I looked up and I looked around, I just saw all the Links and Knots people at the back. And I just thought, I'm all right here. It's that support.
Yeah, you're with your people.
Yeah. What do people call it? A tribe? It's not really my word, but I understand it when they say that this is, you can find a tribe and you can stand together, as opposed to, I would say, before coming up to Nottinghamshire, I probably didn't feel that as much. I felt a little bit, oh my goodness, I'm on my own here and I don't really know who else is out there in the ether of my local area practicing. I've just got to get on with this on my own.
I love that. And it's good. Again, the success story is what it's all about, right? Love that. Okay, so seems like you're quite passionate about this industry. What do you love most about it?
You know what? I'm not a natural bookkeeper. I'm not mathematical. I'm not numerical. I didn't want to be a bookkeeper. I didn't want to be in the accounting industry. I was very much a creative, people manager, project management. I fell into bookkeeping purely by accident 20 years ago, and I just fell in love with it. And the reason why I fell in love with it is because a bookkeeper is the nuts and bolts of a business. Right.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to know what's going on with your business, you ask the bookkeeper. You know, when did we buy that? How much was this? Where did we buy it from? You know, what was the discount we got on that? Why aren't we making a profit on this? The bookkeeper is going to know that.
Yeah.
And I just loved being in that position that gathered all that information together and then was able to say, this is where the business is at. This is the information you need to make a decision about what you do next. And I've got no shame in admitting it took me 2 years to pass an ICB exam. And that's when they did the level 1.
Yeah.
You know, this was not rocket science. Yeah, it took me that long to pass it.
Yeah.
It's not my natural place of academia.
But you had a support network to help you through it.
Yeah. I got on with it. And then this role has taken me on such a journey of doing different things. I've worked in a company. I worked for my ex-husband's company, then I went into another company, then I taught for 5 years, then I've come out and I'm in my own practice. I've done it on a sole trader basis. And it's given me so much opportunity to learn, develop my skills. You never stop learning. You always learn something new. You can work with, in a practice, you can work with whatever businesses you want to work with. You can niche. We don't niche because I've got a small team and they want variety.
Yeah.
And the learning pathway never never stops. It was 2 years ago I did my self-assessment qualification, the level 4. My goodness, was that hard.
Yeah.
You know, but I did it and I loved it. And now that is my niche. You know, I love self-assessment.
Yeah.
So, and that journey won't end because we're now learning about the new MTD processes that are coming in. And then you've got a whole education program around yourself and your clients. It always makes me laugh because, you know, if you go anywhere and people say, what do you do in a bookkeeper? They're like, oh, God, you know. And I'm like, actually, it's one of the least boring careers in the world.
100%.
Yeah, you work into deadlines and some repetition, but you've got such innovative tech design coming in. You've got completely changing landscape of the digital agenda with HMRC, and you've got learning. You know, whatever you want to do to create variety in your work, you can do it with this job.
Yeah.
And I am absolutely so passionate about it. I just love it. And I don't think I will ever... I came out of teaching because the industry had this digital revolution. Still can't believe I'm saying that about accounting. Whilst I was teaching, and I went in and Sage Desktop was everything that everyone used. And I came out and no one was using it, and everyone was using Xero.
And they're launching it again soon in the cloud.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally behind.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I didn't come out of teaching, I'm not going to be able to do this job anymore. So I loved the job so much, I came out of teaching. So
I love that.
I could retrain almost. I did have to
retrain.
Yeah.
And the passion shows, right? And I think that's what we need. We need people like you with that passion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's what you love about the industry. What would you change about the industry?
I think the biggest thing that I would want to work on at the moment is continuing to break down this barrier between the accountant and bookkeeper.
Yes.
So, you know, the biggest thing that I've struggled with throughout the whole of my bookkeeping career is this word just.
Really?
Okay. So, you know, and people always assume you're an accountant. So you're an accountant, and I'm a real stickler for saying, actually, I'm not an accountant. I'm a qualified bookkeeper.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, right, you're just a bookkeeper. And
that's stigma, isn't it?
It is stigma.
Yeah.
And it's very much a stigma attached to the old role of a bookkeeper, which I would say when I started out was 90% data entry.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's not. That's done for you. The software's sorted that for us. We're doing the analysis. We're doing the collation. We're
support.
The support.
Yeah.
And there is no just about being a bookkeeper.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think and that's why MTD for income tax is so vital. And it's vital for lots of different reasons, and every single party will tell you a different reason why. But for me, it's about that opportunity for accountants to go, hang on a minute, bookkeepers can do all this. Bookkeepers can do this from day one of the tax year right through to the end of the tax year and do those quarterly submissions. I don't need to be doing that. I need to be doing the tax return. And there becomes a collaboration. And I think that that is where we've got a massive opportunity. And I think that's probably the one area that's given me the most frustration in my career.
Interesting.
You know, and I hate to say it, I've received that kind of just figure from, you know, usually an older male in the accounting profession.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, you know, I'm old enough to have worked in industries, you know, in the 80s where, you know, I was tapped on the bum and told to make a cup of tea, love. You know, that sort of thing. And it kind of kicked back to that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like,
you're
just a bookkeeper. Sort of thing. Toddle on and make me a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that's given me the most frustration. But I think this new dawn coming next year is one very positive way to break that down.
And it feels like there's a fire in your belly as well, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
right. Yeah.
That's what we need, right? We need that passion. We need that there. Yeah.
And, you know, I look at the Lucas tonight and I mean, it's always awesome to win an award, but I don't give diddly squat whether I win it or not. I've been around the block a few times. I'm reaching a point in my career where I love what I do and I'm confident in what I'm doing. I'm not looking to break the waves, you know. But I look to all the other shortlisters and I think you are at the age where you can break waves. You know, and they are the people that I think, you know, you really have got wind in your sails and they've got such great ground in front of them to really break tradition.
Yeah.
And I look at those and I think that's who I want to see on the stage tonight getting awards, because they're the people who are going to break it down even further, not potentially an older person like myself.
But you would be well deserved if you do.
Oh, bless you, thank you.
But I think you're right, and I think that's where that community element comes in, right? Because name me another award ceremony where it's about celebrating everyone's wins,
exactly, right?
Every other one I can think of, it is very much like we're here for one reason only. Like people who turn up to the event just to collect their award, or at least, you know, where here it is, we'll celebrate whoever wins tonight, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple of key people that when I saw shortlisted, I was like, my goodness me, you deserve to be up there. You know, when you see what they're doing out there, not necessarily for their own practice, but how effective they are at social media and the messages they put across, and you know, you just think, if, you know, I want to see you up there, you know, and if you're not going up, I'll be pushing you up behind, you know, sort of thing. So it is about celebration.
Definitely.
It's not about sole existence and what am I winning. It's about what are we winning as a community.
Yeah, 100%. All right. We can't have a podcast these days without mentioning a certain 2-letter word called AI.
Oh!
How do you feel about it? What's your...
I love it.
Talk to me. Like, are you apprehensive? Are you excited? I'm kind of getting from your vibe which one it's going to be, but go on.
Yeah. So I have been apprehensive.
Yeah.
I was incredibly apprehensive about the use of ChatGPT before it went to a business subscription, where now they will give you a certificate of compliance for GDPR. Yeah. Prior to that point, I used it, but I used it in a way that was always anonymous and always very generic. So, you know, I might say, oh, write me an email to explain why tax deductions are higher on a K code than a normal standard code, which I know what they are, but I just want the backbone of the email.
So much more efficient, isn't it?
Yeah. And I would take the email and I would modify it with my knowledge and make it personal to the client. But I'd always use very generic. I'd never do anything that would pinpoint any kind of data to any clients, whereas the business account now is fantastic.
Game changing, isn't it?
Yeah. Like last week, I had like a 3-hour financial performance report task to do, which probably condensed down to an hour. And I would say the output was better. Yeah. Because it had all of the AI-generated information and diagrams and trends, and then it had my knowledge about that individual client knitted into it. So... And I think for my generation, you know, I'm Generation X. You know, we weren't born with laptops or mobiles. You know, my nephew still says to me things like, you know, oh, you know, Auntie Laura, tell me about the time when you went to uni and you only had one phone for 3 floors. And I'm like, I'm not that old. He's like, well, clearly you are. So for me, I'm not a natural to adopting technology. Yeah. So it takes me a little bit of time to go, okay, I get it. So with AI originally, I was like, I'm not sure, but actually the power of it and AI is in every bit of software we use, isn't it? Yeah. You know, people think it's a standalone over here that you've got to go over and buy and use. But every time we log on to Xero or Free Agent or any bit of software, my payroll software, there's some new AI capability in there that's making my job easier. And I think it's incredibly powerful and useful. But it's not a standalone, is it?
No, no.
There's still that human experience and knowledge and technical experience that comes in to round it off to make it a really, really useful product.
Yeah, it empowers us, right?
Massively so.
And that's how we've got to see it. Not taking over us, it's empowering us, isn't it?
Yeah. I would say when I started my job out, like I said earlier, I was 90% data entry. Now it's no data entry, data check-in maybe. But what I do now in my job is so much more interesting than what I used to do. Because AI's taken away that dross. Software's taken away that dross. So now I am able to go in and go, so how is this company performing? Now I can do a self-assessment tax return because I'm not cluttered up with the dross. Yeah. And that's AI for you. That's the software for you.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. Okay. We are now at the time where we're going to play a little game with you, right?
Yes.
So, in front of me are 5 cards of our industry.
Right.
Titans, I like to call them.
Yeah.
Titans of our industry. And you are allowed to ask me any questions you want, but I can say yes or no.
Yes.
Now, the trick is, at any point, you can say pass. Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But if you pass, that's a 1-minute penalty onto the time.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah?
So, what's my task is to name all 5?
Name all 5 cards I've got.
Oh, my goodness me. And you can only say yes or no.
I'm allowed to say yes or no. So ask me questions.
And the titans of the industry.
I think the titans of the
industry. This industry.
Yeah.
Are they, right, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're allowed to ask me any silly little question you want for our silly little game in 3, 2, 1. Ask away.
Are they here today?
Yes.
Is one of them Amy Copeland?
Yeah, 1. Well done.
Is one of them Chris Downing?
Right, okay, yeah, well done.
Right, that's 2. Right, okay, now I'm stuck.
No, we'll do one at a time. Let's go for this one.
Okay, so that one, is one of them Craig Ogilvy from HMRC?
No.
Right, so that one you've got in your hand. Are they male?
No, this one's not male. We're going to do one at a time. So we've got 3 to go, but this one's not male.
So it's female. Are they a bookkeeper?
They were a bookkeeper, not currently.
Okay. Do they currently head up some sort of bookkeeping, networking, training?
They do.
Do they head up the 6-figure bookkeeper? Is it Zoe?
It is.
Oh,
Next one.
Get it right. Are they male?
No.
They're female.
Yes.
Are they a bookkeeper?
Yes.
Are they up for have they been shortlisted for a Lucre Award?
Oh, good question. I should know this off the top of my head. I believe so, but don't quote me on it. She definitely deserves one.
Is it Stephanie Marshall?
No.
Oh, okay. So they're female, they're a bookkeeper. Are they here today?
Yes.
Do they have a particular, are they known for a particular stance on social media?
They are finding their feet on social media now. They've started to come out of their comfort zone in the last 6 months or so on our network.
Oh my God. Do I know them?
I would have thought so.
Are they in the Nottinghamshire and Lincolnshire branch?
I couldn't tell you that one, unfortunately.
It's an interesting array of noises coming out of my mouth right now. Oh, no, it's really frustrating. Are they still a bookkeeper?
Yes.
Oh, pass.
You're going to pass?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Susanna Whelan.
Oh, she's on the tech board. I'm on the tech board with her. No way. Sorry,
It's hard.
Suzanne.
It's hard.
Sorry,
One more.
really
Come on.
hard.
You got one more. You're doing really well.
Is it male? Are they male?
No.
Female, yes.
Yes.
Are they a bookkeeper?
They were.
Do they head up some kind of
Yes.
networking? Is it Bev Flanagan?
No.
Bugger. Oh, gosh. Are they here today?
Yes.
So we've had the 6-figure bookkeeper, haven't we?
Have we had all the 6-figure?
Oh, no, it's the other one. So it's Zoe and... Oh, my gosh. I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. What's her name?
Joe Woods, but we'll give it you. We'll give it you. Well done. So you had one pass.
1 minute.
That's 1 minute penalty. You didn't feel it. So that's 4 minutes and 11 seconds.
I
well
think that's
done.
too bad.
That is very well done. That'll put you about 15th, I think, in the leaderboard. There's a leaderboard. I think you're around about 15th.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
you have that camera, whichever camera you want. Thank you so much for joining us
You're
on
more
our
than
little
welcome.
podcast. You have been absolutely amazing.
You're
now
more than
tell the
welcome.
world and plug away who you are, where they can find you. Go for it.
So, my name's Laura Macarthy. I head up a small accounting firm called Now Accounting Services. I am on LinkedIn under Laura Macarthy. And I'm not going to plug myself. I'm a bookkeeper. I've got an amazing virtual bookkeeping team. We can do whatever you want us to do. But what I am going to plug is MTD for income tax. Grab hold of it, bookkeepers. Use it as an opportunity to expand your client base, expand your work, and work with accountants more closely. That's it.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for
You're
coming
more
on.
than welcome.
Thank you
I've
for
loved
plugging
it.
MTD as well. I mean, no one's
I've loved
ever plugged a HMRC product before. So thank you so much.
You're
They're only
more
around
than
the corner. They'll be well happy about that one. We'll get them to
more
sign
than
it off and all that.
welcome.
Yeah, brilliant. But no, thank you so much. And that has been our first Pitstop podcast for here at Ask the Bookkeeper. Remember, one day and one day only, we celebrate you wonderful bookkeepers. We don't, not one day only, but we changed the name for one day. You know what I mean? But we're here for the rest of the Bookkeeping Summit, and then we're here for the Lucas. So if you want to find out more content like this from your right place, make sure you like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.